pinky forefinger, back to middle, full wrist articulation. Then we do it in reverse. Begin.
What the hell are you guys doing?
It's a secret robot handshake.
Gamer Braves. What's up guys, this is Wanderman from Game Braves. I played some Exoprimal, and I have some thoughts, and that's what we're doing here. If there's one thing Capcom's always gotten right, it's the gameplay loop. No one's ever really played a Capcom game and went, oh my god, the emotions! They make me feel so hot! No, instead, we play games like Devil May Cry, Monster Hunter, for the fact that they're fun to play. Hitting buttons feels good, and more importantly, there's always reasons to come back and keep hitting buttons. I got to try out Exoprimal over the past weekend, and I gotta tell you, it's got that Capcom juice going for it. I'll be honest, this isn't an entirely fair shake review because this wasn't kind of like a I'm going to go in and evaluate every single thing with Exoprimal. Instead, I booted up, saw the amazing roll call style intro for the game, and immediately saw what appeared to be an armored core named Krieger. And Krieger is a lot of fun. If you haven't been keeping up, Exoprimal is a sort of PvE/PvP co-op shooter. You have to fight off hordes of dinosaurs while competing against another team. You want to make sure that you're going to come out on top against that jerk from the other team, while also dealing with the fact that one day you're just gonna wake up covered in dinosaurs. While the missions aren't particularly inspired, it's all, your usual, just fight off dinosaurs or, protect a point from dinosaurs. What I really want to stress on is how good the individual exosuits feel. These are all kind of like mini warframes where they have their own kits with skills that fit their archetype. I'm especially a big fan of Roadblock. He's one of the tank type exosuits because he has a shield and a parry and a really cool taunt where he bangs the shield with his fist. Or my best boy Krieger.
Behold, the best exo fighters in this war game.
Who just has a giant minigun and missiles to fire when the minigun's on cooldown, and a dash to run over small dinosaurs. It's pretty much everything that I think about when I think of Capcom, because rather than have anything particularly new with what you do, it's how you do it that's fun. A lot of these characters are very fun to control, and that's kind of the main reason I come back to Exoprimal. You also see this a lot in the kind of mid-boss fights that you get in the game as well. Basically, after about 2 missions, the third mission will be some sort of big dinosaur spawning that you need to fight. It can be like a Triceratops, an Ankylosaurus, or a T-Rex. Once these guys appear, the fight immediately turns into Monster Hunter, because I hope you know how to aim. Stuff like the Triceratops cannot be attacked from the front. You need to flank it from the sides if you're going to damage it. Stuff like the Ankylosaurus also needs to be shot in its weak points. Meanwhile, the T-Rex says, no cowardice, you have to take it head on, because its head is its weak point. These are all really interesting mechanics to do, and it's a good example of Capcom playing to their strengths because so many of their games have this kind of combat in them. And that's always the best part of it. The other thing that Exoprimal does really well is that it knows how to do it big. In a few of my runs, one of the climaxes of the game is you literally fight off a tsunami of raptors. It's brilliant. You just have this game going, so yeah, spawning raptors on the thoroughfare now, and a huge wave of them washes over you. That's where you want to use characters like Roadblock or Krieger to put up their shields, and when you do, you see these raptors like banging on the shield trying to get in. It's a very cool moment, and these are the kinds of stories that people will tell people when they play Exoprimal. Like I said, Capcom just gets it done right. Unfortunately, for as good as the highs are for Exoprimal, the lows can get pretty bad. The mission types can be pretty generic, and it's kind of a no-win situation here because yeah, you've got stuff like payload escorts and the like, but there's no real alternative. Because if you get too experimental with it, then you also run the risk of just it not being fun. A lot of it also comes down to the fact that the finales for every session of Exoprimal is PvP. You're doing whatever the objective is, and you also can attack the other teams. And again, it's not so much the PvP itself that's bad. The PvP is pretty fun. I equipped my boy Krieger with a giant drill and then decided to punch a dude with a shield, and it worked out pretty great. The problem with Exoprimal's finale being PvP is that it limits the kind of fun you can actually have in the game. Games like Left 4 Dead have very satisfying finales because it's never going to change genre. That game is PvE all the way to the end, so you can have dramatic things like get on the helicopter before zombies overrun us. But with Exoprimal, that's not so much the case because, you know, you need to have something that forces you to interact with the other team and something that gives a time advantage, because the whole reason you want to complete your missions as quickly as possible is that you will get a head start in the final mission. Still, I think if you're a fan of the Capcom gameplay loop, you owe it to yourself to at least check out Exoprimal, because I had a lot of fun with it. My biggest fear is that when it comes out, if not enough people play it, then, you know, it's gonna be fun for no one, because you're just gonna be stuck in queues and stuff.
Have a super day.
This has been Watermelon from Game Braves, and listen, man, fighting dinosaurs is just a lot of fun. What can I say? Thank you so much for watching our videos. Don't forget to give us a subscribe if you'd like to see more, and like so we know what kind of content you want to see. Got suggestions for new content? Let us know in the comments below too. Thank you so much again for watching. Take care, dudes.